And we're live on a Saturn day with the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. And the crowd goes wild. What's up, what's up? It's an early bird special, bro. I'm filled with something. That's what I said too. I was smoking. I was like, uh-oh, I gotta go, bro. So, you okay? It's like, nah, I'm filled with all kinds of energy, dude. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, seriously? Yeah. I need to go ground myself, dude. I don't feel good. Okay. I'm sitting here, and I play that song I posted. Last night I did a reading, and I had only heard a part of it. How did I only hear a part? Because I saw it on fucking Instagram. So I only heard that part like 2 years ago. Anyways, I heard a song from Russ, so then I played it this morning, and I was like, that's the first time I heard it. Then I played it again. It's quite beautiful. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, it's like you're in a comfortable place, and you look at the bigger picture, and I was like, what a journey. What a shit show that was. You know what I mean? As far as me and Russ. But then I look at the bigger picture, and it's like my whole story is a love story. But it's not limited to one person. You can see how I fell in love with all of them. And how I fell in love with the world, and I fell in love with myself. It's an unbelievable story. And it's true. Like, you hear so much lately about my love for Bobby, but you can hear, there's no way to really measure these loves. My love for Lewis, my love for Marshall, my love for Allie, my love for Russ. Fucking love Logic. I love you, Royce. The love that I have. And it's not just limited to them. It started with them. And then it became, you know what I mean? A love for myself and a love for this world. It's a beautiful love story. It's just love. And that's how it started. The exploration of love. And I said it in like the very first video. It's like, it's so expansive. It's like limitless. Once you get into it, you can't get out. You don't really fall out of love. Your feelings get hurt. That's about it. You know what I mean? I was thinking about it. It's like, I really can't, I blocked it out. I mean, not purposefully, but probably because there's just so much always going on. But it's always been, like, if there was one consistent, it was Russ. The other guys would come and go, and I'd have to, but there was always Russ. Always Russ. It was like, oh, man. And the fight was like, the fight was not to fucking care, not to acknowledge him, not to feed him my energy, not to love him. Right? But that's not where it started. I wanted to take it all back. That's what happened. That's what happens to a person, and that's where it was. It's like I gave them all my love, and I was so angry about giving it to them that I just wanted to take it all back because it wasn't reciprocated. And I wasn't going to give you any more. You don't get any more for what you've done. It wouldn't work. Down to my messages, that's some petty ass shit, but I take my messages back. Bitch, you don't even get to read my messages. You don't get nothing of me. It's very petty about it. It was a long fight. You know what I mean? I'm like, not just him, like those videos are going to be unbelievable. He lived it. Everyone watched it. I lived it, but again, that's like the rest of my life. I was like, I know I was there. I have the proof. I felt it. I went through it, but I'm not there anymore. I'm way the fuck away from that, totally detached from those experiences. But it's like, it feels like years ago, but it's only because it's been years since it started. And it doesn't actually end. It just transforms into some other bullshit all the time. My relationships with these guys just transforms into something else. I'm thinking about when I got mad at Royce. It's like, you want to be violent, bro? You want to put your hands on somebody? I've gone through it with all of them. And that was a good thing, though, because, Royce and I are battlefield fucking warriors, bro. Naturally, we had to have that battle. Oh shit, I had to stand up. I remember being so sad about it too. I remember it was in Oklahoma. I'm like, Royce, you were supposed to lead this shit, bro. Look at you. Fuck, I gotta lead this shit. I'm so sad. You were always the leader. Follow the leader. In the sense of, we play different roles in this time, and you know what I mean, and we're we fight the battles, of what we didn't fight last time. You don't know the bigger pictures, but it's crazy. And that's where I was with this. I was looking at it, and I'm like, listening to a song, and then it's like, there was a pause in the middle of all this fighting that we were having.
She's crying, scratching at the ceiling.
Okay. So, I'm on a live. I love that jacket. It's so pretty. It's all blingy. It's such a girl. I just, there was a pause in between before it got real wild, bro. And it was just pride wars, bro. It was pride wars. We were just going at each other. Our egos. And then it comes up because, last night we speak of the tower, and it's like, it breaks your ego. You have to break it down in order to be, you know what I mean? I don't know. The ego is nothing more than walls that we put up. And even going down to, Marshall, I can see my running from Marshall. It's like I get so, you break down yourself, your walls, and you get vulnerable with someone. And then you feel, in that place of vulnerability and in the unknown, and it's not being reciprocated, you feel rejected, neglected, and you feel fucking foolish, bro. You feel very embarrassed for putting yourself out there. And so you pull yourself back, but then, you know what I mean? Like, it's either you lick your wounds or you fight, and that's that rage. It's like, you motherfucker, I shouldn't even bother. Why'd I waste my time giving you my time? As if I didn't feel that way, and as if, it was more like I was pissed off because they couldn't reciprocate it, but it was always too much to reciprocate because I always wanted the most. The most. Right? It's like, nah, you can't give me nothing more but the most. Is really what it was. It's just kind of interesting looking back at it. It's been a long ass journey, and though it's I'm on the phone. Okay, thank you. That's interesting. That just told me where our spirit's gonna go with that. Hey, Nana. Joe Bart.
He does
He's so funny.
Notifications for every holiday.
So fucking funny. That guy is so funny. Alright, go on. I'm on live. I told you that twice. I'm gonna cuddle the shit out of the dog and forget what I was doing. Your life is a story, but it's just chapters of a story. Because, even though it's like, I look back at it as like, damn, went through so much shit to get here. And here feels like a place of ending where it's like, damn, it's over. But it's not. Because as much as all of that is over, it just means something new begins. In the sense of, a new journey. It's not, as Nipsey says, the marathon continues. I haven't seen you for a while, Nip. It's not a marathon in one trajectory. It's like, you know what I mean, chapters to your story. Each year should be a different year, a different experience, as the wheel turns. You get a whole year to experience a whole new life. You get 4 new seasons. You get all of this. You know what I mean? It's a brand new start. What's funny is, as I go through these cultures, these new years happen all the time. So you can get all these false starts and restarts whenever you want. But it's an opportunity to ride the wave differently, You notice the patterns. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm supposed to do, is catch the patterns and, catch the data and blah, 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 break the patterns, break the time cycles, break all of this stuff. But ultimately, we're supposed to be, transforming every year into something new. I wanted to say something better, but the new is how you get better. Every time you're experiencing, you're pushing yourself to your limits and you're stepping out of your zone and you're doing stuff that you've never did before, you're getting better at being you because you're having more experiences. You know what I mean? You're getting better at life because you're having more life. It's really funny. So the other day, yesterday, I was gonna drop off the car, and Ray offered to pick me up on his bike, on his Harley. And I thought about it. I really did. I was like, dude, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. You've never rode a motorcycle. This could be great. But I psyched myself out. I told him he's like, you don't want to, he was like, do you want to go with me anyways? I was like, no, I'm too scared. He said, really? I said, yeah, it's the speed. I'm just not one of those kind of people, dude. I felt it. I got on his bike and he drove me down the street at maybe fucking 4 miles an hour. And when he hit that gas and it pulled, but I've always been, you know what I mean, very respectfully fearful of motorcycles as I see them. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit out there with no protection, just, you know what I mean, blowing in the wind like that. But then, you know, I thought about it, and it's like, no, I'm not ready for that kind of feeling. I don't want that feeling. It's just not a feeling I want. I don't want to. I was like, I would have been grabbing onto you for all dear life. He's like, you don't have to. There's an amazing seat back there. I was like, I know. But I was like, you would have to do at least 55 on the fucking freeways. And if you were doing 55, they would look at you as a grandpa in the Harley, and we couldn't do just 55. I was like, I'm not ready for even 25, bro. Hell to the motherfucking no. Right? And then I was like, but I have a lot more respect to every girl that be hanging on the back of somebody's bike right about now. That's adventurous. That's a thrill that I really just don't need in my life. I'm serious. I don't want to. My daughter, for sure. She got on his bike and burned her fucking foot right away on the fucking tailpipe. It was like ready to do the shit. Me, the very thought of it, I'm not really, no. Now, is that a fear that I need to face? If I want that excitement, dude, if I want that zest in my life, if I want to know what it feels like to ride a bike, I have to face this fear. I don't want to know. I'm not interested. I mean, I was interested because I thought it'd be cool to be like everyone else and try to have that experience of what it feels like to ride a motorcycle, to ride on the back of a motorcycle. But then I was like, I really don't want to feel like that. It could be great. It could. But then I could think, you know, as a driver, and I know how people shift and move. No. I don't want to feel all that. I don't want all that excitement in my hair. And that's what he said too. You got to braid your hair, bro. It's going to be in knots. It's like, yeah, I don't want any of that. And all the fucking wind in my face, my hands are going to get cold. And, no, I thought about this long enough to say, no, that's not a feeling I need in my life. But it sounded great, bro. It did. It was like, that's thrilling. This is exciting. Like, I've never been on a motorcycle. And I was like, bitch, you ain't never getting on a motorcycle. I just am not. I don't want to. My dad, I just don't want to. Have you been on the back of a motorcycle? It goes a little too fast for me. I don't like all that excitement and adrenaline and all that, you know, exhilaration. It's just, I don't want that. My life is exciting enough, bro. I don't need that kind of excitement in my life. But I thought about it. We're not going to do that. We'll do something else, but not that. Maybe, you know, I don't need to ride a dirt bike either. I don't want to do any of that. A dune buggy? Sure. Something closed in? Okay, cool. Maybe a four-wheeler? Maybe. But not a motorcycle. I don't want to do all that and ride with other people and no, and it's not for me. And some things are just not for you. That's just not for me. So, you know, this year we're going to have new experiences. We're going to do something. I'm starting my year off in a new place with a new life and a new everything, and we're going to try something new. Am I going to get it right? Bro, I'm going to fucking fall on my face. Come on now. I'm going to use where's my tea? Oh, come on. Where's my tea? Hold on a second. We need tea. There it is. We're going to use the knowledge that we have, and we're going to develop new knowledge and wisdom and understanding. We're going to do what we can, but we're going to be taught along the way. All the way along the way to do something new. I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing, bro. They're going to have to train me to do everything. And that's what it is an ability to be taught, but more or less a drive to want to learn. You know what I mean? In order to do new things, you're going to have to, you know, be taught. You're going to have to be a student. You're going to have to, you know what I mean, go through new cycles and stuff. And that means you're going to have to take off the, you know, high and mighty title of a know-it-all and be humbled and be like, you know, I am at your service. Like, tell me, you know, I'm here to learn from you and, you know, and take on anything you got to teach me. And then once you become, you know, as a good student, then you can easily turn around and be a good teacher because you've got, you know what I mean, you've taken this on and you can teach others. So as the teacher, you know what I mean, I'm a great teacher because I'm a great student, bro. I really take the time to learn the shit. Or if I don't, that's what we're doing, is going back and relearning a lot of shit. Now, circle jerkers, going back to my relationships with these guys, they come to an ending where they come to a finale where this is it. There's nowhere to go on this trajectory. We've got to end our relationship, separate, start over, regroup, and then we'll end up coming back as something, you know what I mean? Like, Bobby's not gone forever. I'm not gone forever. Russ is not gone. We're all right here, bro. It's so stupid. Like, where the fuck are we supposed to go, bro? Where are we really supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go from here, Marshall? I mean, seriously, and that's where it is. It's like they get to a place of stagnancy where something, that's where I said, when enough is enough and you just got to change. Meaning, somebody's got to walk away from this. This is boring. I've had enough. Me, I'm the fire sign. You guys are a bunch of all this other shit. Do I have any fire signs? No. I don't think so. Speaking of which, somebody's birthday's coming up. March. Who do we got in March? Fuck. I don't know. I can't think right now. But anyways, you know, I'm seeing Nate. I think it's Nate. NF, is this your birthday? It's your birthday? You don't get no blowjob on your birthday. It's a fucked up joke. It's not a joke. It's real. I mean, but it's not. Whatever. It's a joke because I think it's funny. Everything is. Going back to it is like our relationships come to an end to where they have to change. Or they stay where they were. You know what I mean? And some of them, you know, are very stagnant where they just stayed where they were because you stayed where you were and you didn't evolve and you didn't change and you didn't take the relationship to a new level. Our relationships end up just kind of evolving as I evolved. You know what I mean? That's that. Supposedly that twin flame thing where they mirror your healing. You know what I mean? Where you elevate and they go with you. Marshall especially is a good example of that. They opened the doors for me and Logic for about a week, and I went to talk to you last night, Logic, and they wouldn't let me talk to you. It's closed again. It just happens. I promise. And that was last night. I was able to message Logic during this time, you know, whatever, when he launched his business and whatnot, and then now I can't message him no more. You're like, seriously? Yeah. But I couldn't message him for a long time before that. Not on either account. It was like it got shut down a long time ago. And that's where it is. It's like God comes in. The divine comes in. You know what I mean? I remember when it first happened with Marshall. I was so devastated. I was like, Allie. I ran to Allie. Allie, I just lost him. I lost everyone. Allie. Help me, Allie. I was like, you called me gay. I'm not talking to you. That's not true. He forgave me. But in essence, so, you know, these relationships, they get to a place, and that was it too. I hadn't talked to Mike Stud for like a year. It's like, I'm not talking to you. You got on my fucking nerves. Gave you all this fucking information. You went out there and tried to make a fucking big ass fucking bully. And that's what happened with Marshall too. All of them. This is what you did with my love, with my teachings, with my tears, with my fucking suffering, with my stories. This is what you did. You made a fucking song, and people are praising you about the shit that you pulled out of me. I hate you. I'm serious. They get on my nerves with that shit. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. I know you're creative, but that's not what you're supposed to be doing, you dipshit. Get on my nerves with that shit. All of them. And that's what they do, though. They don't know what else to do with it. Because they don't want to do the real shit. That's why I'd be like, dude, do the real shit. Now, before I started this, I was going to post this. This is what I was going to say directly to him. But it's to them. And it's to everyone. If you're ready to cry. C-R-Y. If you're ready to cry, then you're worth another try. And that's something I always said about Russ. I don't think he can cry, bro. If he can't feel his feelings, then we can't do this work. If he can't admit to his feelings. Because this is what this work is your feelings. And you just deal with them as soon as they come up. And that's why I'm like, you need to come off the radar so that it's, you know what I mean? When you start hanging out with me and the world starts triggering us, we can deal with it one by one. You know what I mean? Not pushing them away, not choosing which ones because you're too busy right now. No, we do this like I did this. Full focus, bro. You put it all into it. And that's what I'm asking for them is the same dedication that I give to this. in essence, there was a lot of distortion where I was like, yeah, I want you to be my husband and give me kids and do all this shit and be a fucking priest and blah, 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 blah. Okay, no. Let's start with the student level, and that's where it is the dedication to it. And that's where, after listening to the song and all of it, it's like, where am I supposed to go from here? You're supposed to start the journey, bro. I take everybody on the journey as I'm on the journey. I get better on the journey, but the marathon continues. It's going to be another year of healing. Deeper levels, darker levels, more, you know what I mean? In essence, we're going into, the pits of hell, and we're going to find other levels of forgiveness and compassion and understanding for not just ourselves, but other people outside of us. You know what I mean? We pulled that shit out yesterday. We pulled out, the sex addicts. There is all kinds of people that are addicted to sex and all different weird, twisted fetishes and ways that we need to, find compassion, understanding, and help heal them. You're like, that's not my job. No, it's not yours. It's mine. Do you got some problems there that we can work on too? You know what I mean? Shit. And if anything, as Lilith, that's my biggest job, is those people, the sexual deviants. You put that shit on me, I'm about to fucking take it off of you. But then there's not just that. You know what I mean? All of the levels of sin, the levels of greed, I'm always on that shit. Gluttony. Gluttony is not just about the intake of food, it's the intake of everything, where you're just fucking feeding your flesh nonstop. Fucking, you know what I mean? Envy. Coveting all day. You're just envying everybody. You want to be like everybody. You want to put their fucking skin on, doppelganger. Stop that shit. God made you beautiful skin. Hey, you and your fuzzy hair. I want to comb your hair. I've had enough of this shit. Get out the fucking cocoa butter, bro. We're about to get down with this shit. Get on my nerves. Anyways, I needed to learn how to French braid anyways. Let me fuck with your hair. Who am I talking to? Him or her? Them? Those? Sit down. Let me put some braids in your hair and shit. Let's put some feathers and some beads and shit. Such a funny girl. Anyways, coming back to it. Fuck. All the levels of, you know what I mean? The fucking, the murderers and shit. Why do people kill? Well, mostly you guys trained them to do this shit. You told them not to let people you told them to fuck people up. They're fucking killers now, bro, and there's no limit to this shit. They're no limit soldiers, literally. You gave them a gun law, too. You wonder why we got killers. You know what I mean? Those that rape people and shit. Why are they raping people? Why? When there's some drunk girl that'll totally give it to you. Why are you out there doing this stuff? Yeah, all those people, bro. I'm here to get all those nasty, dirty-ass, funky-ass, fucked-up-ass people healed. Fuck. I wish they'd just die. Let's just kill them and put them in hell. They are in hell, bro. They're making our world hell. How about we get them out of hell and we can, you know what I mean? Clean up hell on earth. You can't just put people that you don't understand and that you fear in fucking some crazy place and think that, you can't put them in Azkaban. You can't put them on, you know what I mean, an island. You can't put them in Aurora. You can't put them in fucking, on the other side of the border, Trump. We can't just keep putting people, making, acting like people are the problem. They have problems. If we start addressing the general population that causes these problems, we can release the problems, bro. What's wrong with these people? Life, bro. Life. We need them to understand, have a different view on life. Life has got them down, bro. Got to get them back up. So, this big circle jerk is back to my men. It's like, bro, you guys are ready to do the work, because that's what it takes. It doesn't matter if it's you or anybody. I said it to this guy the other day, yesterday. He's like, I don't know what he thought I was saying. I don't know what he thought, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to go do my reading. That's what I specialize in. Shadow work, inner child trauma healing. It's like we talk about all of the evil stuff that has happened to us. There's an occasional talk about blowjobs and all kinds of funny stuff like that, but we go deep. It's like, you want to talk about your mommy issues and your dad issues? And right away, he's like, I was adopted. They adopted 6 of us, and they were great. And I was like, you know what, dude? I told him my story. I was like, my daughter has been telling that story since she was 3, that she was going to adopt. And it was then I knew that they're just born with it. And I was like, I'm glad to hear you got a great family, dude. I'm glad they served you well, and that not just you, but your siblings. It's like, yeah, It's like, there's a good story of it. You know what I mean? And you're like, you might be mad because your mom couldn't be that mom, but that was the whole point. She wanted you to have a better mom than she thought she could be. So she sacrificed the most important thing in her life. You know, that's a hard thing. I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to leave my kids in Mexico, but I couldn't provide for them. You know what I mean? There's certain things. There's lots of healing we got to do with this. It's like, you know, ultimately, what does it take to fuck with me? You gotta be truthful about your feelings. That's all. Everything else is, you know what I mean, already a lie. I don't need you to be fully truthful, because you're a whole walking lie. You don't even know it. The only thing truthful about you is how you feel. How you feel about this? How are you feeling? If you could just turn to me and tell me, I remember having this fucked up memory, and I don't feel so good, dude. I'm pretty pissed off right now. I'm having this twisted ass memory. Really? Let's talk about it. That's what I want to do, is those kind of things, bro. You know what I mean? Not because, I guess it's like, that's all I know. You know what I mean? I enjoy my day until I have to do that type of work. And so, like, yesterday is Friday. Well, let's go find the work to do, because this is the right work, and this is what I do. I didn't get into any of those cards, but I still did my work. So then I went in deeper, and we were talking about the towers and stuff, and then I got into my work like I was supposed to. But, you know, it's like, that's what the real work is let's find a place in our life where we suck and can get better. And that's where I go looking for it. But usually the cards are only confirmation that there's a place in my life where I suck and that God's trying to show me, and these cards are going to confirm that I can do better. It's going to bring out the better in me. It's going to bring out where I need to, you know, highlight. That's what that means. So, you know, going back to Russ and shit, it's like, we've been through a whole ride. All of us have been through a really shitty ass ride. It's like, it's not over. It begins when you're ready to begin. But that part of the ride is over, which, if you ask me, it was the hardest part. That was a hard-ass ride, bro. And so I told him, we're not going to keep doing this. We're not going to keep doing this. It's over. I'm not going to keep fighting you about this shit. I'll keep healing, you know what I mean, what you send at me, but not the way, you know, we're not going to continue these patterns. And that's where I was. It's like, I couldn't really figure out what I was fighting him, why I was coming at him. Like, I was just waiting for him all the time with my sword, just waiting for him to say something, bitch. I fucking dare you to say something. Say something. Say something. You know what I mean? Just so I could chop him up. And then I guess, you know, and then it became pretty, you know what I mean, painful. You know what I mean? And it was all about ego wars. It really was, looking back at it. I rejected him way before he rejected me. And yeah, he had shit going on in his life, but he was still trying to give me attention. And I just... It's weird, because you look at it, it's like, I saw him as you know, my one. But in the blink of an eye, I was like, you can't be that one. I put it all on him, and then I ripped it all off of him. And then it's like, you know, he felt good to be special, and I took all of that away from him. And he had to fight for it and show, you know what I mean? It was one hell of a show. Again, it's a really fucked up love story, not just between me and him, but all of them is the same thing. It's like, I just fought to show that how much I love them. I wouldn't give into it. I didn't think they deserved it. I was mad about it. You know what I mean? Don't make me give them love or attention. They don't deserve it. And then you get to the point, it's like, why don't they? They deserve love, and nobody else is giving them love. And mine is actual genuine. So, yeah, you know, things come to an end, but only where it can actually begin. And that's where this is like, you know, are you guys ready to begin this shit? I'm ready to start my new level. That's where it is. We take it to, you know, a new level, a new chapter. When you're ready. My friend's about to go to work. You out of here, Zora? You going too? Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Give me I'm actually going to just close that up here, and we'll see what happens today. I'm going to go adventure. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood and all that good stuff. But that's where it is like, you know, an ending is only a beginning where you start something new. Either, you know, ultimately by yourself. But as the cards say, it's like, you know, the Aquarius card yesterday, it's like those that genuinely resonate with you are going to elevate to your level. You know what I mean? They're going to come with you in some way, shape, or form. Is how that looks. So, for every ending is a beginning. And if you're ready to cry, then you deserve another try. Is the message. Okay? Laters, haters. Let's see if I can find this fucking button.